So we can answer a few more questions in here.
好的，准备好3。
We'll talk about Lincoln.
好的。
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back. We took a small break. I think we were all tired, including our technology. We're all needed a little rest. Now we're back. I think we should continue by doing something very important. We should eat more chocolate.
Sure.
We are going to eat some chocolate from the city of Heidelberg. Heidelberg. A very famous chocolate store there. This is pear and almonds. So, do you like pear?
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna eat some.
Let's try.
We're gonna try. I haven't tried it myself. I'm very excited to try this pear and almonds chocolate. And in the meantime, I think we should answer actually the second part of the question. Would you go back to Nebraska, given the choice? Would you want to go back?
No. No.
No? Definitely not.
No.
Take your kids to see the Great Plains?
I don't think they would enjoy Nebraska.
No?
Yeah.
Too bad. Well, maybe
You
that's...
will, right?
I'm not sure. I think it's a very empty place, actually. It's actually a very empty place.
But chocolate's good.
Chocolate's good? Yeah. Rich chocolate. Empty Nebraska. Oh, it's very good. Yeah. Did you feel when we were in Nebraska? Did you feel that you were there on a very good academic trip? Do you think the organization of the conference? This is the experience of attending the conference. How was that for you?
I think Willa-Cather Foundation have invested a lot of money in the organization of the conference. And then they really gave the participants a very comprehensive experience of the academic experience.
Yes, yes, and also because it is in Cather's hometown, right? It's their home base.
Yeah.
So we were able to visit, for instance, Cather's old home, right? And certain important places in her fiction. Oh, I almost cried when I saw her bedroom. Do you remember that?
In the attic?
Yeah, there was an attic bedroom that Cather describes in her fiction. In her novel called The Song of the Lark. And seeing that bedroom in real life, exactly as she described it on the page, that was a good experience for me. And so I want to share with you all a few more images. So we started from Red Cloud, which is Cather's hometown, and then we moved the conference actually once the next week of the conference was in Lincoln, Nebraska, where Cather went to university. And there we met up with a very important person in our lives. Well, for my life, I think yours too. We met with Professor Murphy, our mentor. He joined us in Lincoln. And this is the day that in Lincoln I delivered my part. This is me for the first time delivering an academic paper. This is the first time. And I was really, really nervous. I think Emile captured the experience earlier. Yeah, you are sitting in front of people who you actually quote. Yeah, this is really scary.
And then your mentor was in the audience.
And my mentor was in the audience as well. Yes, this is Professor Murphy. Here he is. He is leading a plenary discussion. And I don't know about you, Emile, for me, it was a very interesting thing because you get to see him outside of the classroom, being a scholar amongst peers. And you are treated as a peer in many ways. How was that experience? For me, it was great. How about for you?
First of all, it was strange for me to see Dr. Murphy outside of school. And then in the conference, everyone was like a big family there because they meet each other every year there.
Every 2 years, I think.
Every 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, they know each other very well.
Yeah.
And some of them are his seniors. And that's really interesting. Yeah. And you get to see him do things as a Cather scholar. Not exactly always like a professor. He does some different things. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very nice experience. And so this is in Lincoln, right? This is in the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and he is directing a panel here called Cather and the Visual Arts, one of his specialties. Okay, let's see what else we've got. So this is me and Professor Murphy after we delivered our papers. And
yeah, they were in the same panel.
We were writing about the same novel. Yeah, I like this image a lot. Dr. Murphy will be on the show in May for all of you who want to see the man,
Really?
Brilliant man. He will be on the show in May. So please tune in then. We will talk about our experience together in Venice. So this is, I think, close to our last slide. Yes, this is a selfie that I took at the airport. See, look at the wonderful haircut that Emile had at the time, and look at how much I have not changed. Very nice. Yeah. I want to ask, actually, Emile, about your feelings of traveling back to Taiwan. How was your experience like? We had to do the same thing, right? We had to drive back to Omaha and then take 3 more planes until we got back to Taipei. How was that experience?
I think at first, after a few days of the conference, I got a bit tired of Nebraska, and I couldn't wait to go back to Taipei. But when we were really on our way back to Taipei, I started to miss Nebraska a little bit because I won't be able to see it in a short time.
Exactly.
So that's how I felt at that time.
I felt I left a little bit of my heart in Nebraska too. I don't know if you did that, but for me, I was like that. Nebraska is often overlooked when we think about United States travel. People don't normally go to the Great Plains unless you just pass through it. But there's a lot of humanity there. I think that there's a lot of human spirit there on the frontier. I think now is a good time that we take a few more questions.
Sure.
Yes, this is. We've talked about our experience going to an academic conference. We will talk a little bit more about other conferences if we have the time. But let's answer a few questions from the audience, and we can eat some more of this very nice chocolate. Yes, cheers, Emile.
Cheers.
A question from 谢
Bo是吧?
Bo Xuan.
Bo Xuan, yes, I noticed your name during the break.
He asked, how do you think about the difference between Nebraska and big city?
Emile?
Of course, big cities, there are cities, so you can go anywhere you want in any time. So it's very convenient. In Nebraska, you need to drive. If you don't have cars, you are handicapped.
Yes, yeah. But we also, we went to Lincoln. Lincoln's a little bit bigger. Lincoln's a little like Xinzhuang.
Yeah, slightly better than Cloud.
So we went to watch Jurassic World in Lincoln. Remember that?
Yeah, a late movie.
We watched dinosaurs eating people in Nebraska. Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was also some kind of city life there. I was able to get Starbucks.
Yeah, and you also got a special edition of the novel you want.
Oh, exactly. I did. We went to a second-hand bookstore, and I was able to find an edition of the novel, Cather novel, Song of the Rock, that I really wanted.
I remember the cover was really gorgeous.
Yeah, it was a wonderful cover. I still have that book. Yeah. So it was good. Very good, Bo Xuan. Very good question. Maybe another.
Another from Li Xi.
Li Xi. Hello, Li Xi.
She asked, what had you learned from this trip, and what's the best experience you experienced at Nebraska?
What was the best experience, Emile?
The best experience is probably survival skills. Yeah, because you need to know how to transfer from place A to place B by yourself.
Yeah.
Thank God there was Andrew.
No, thank God there was a
managed everything.
So
I didn't need to worry about that.
We were okay. We were okay.
So I think we survived.
We survived. Yes. All right. For me, the best part of going to Nebraska, apart from of course seeing the wonderful things, was that moment when I saw Professor Murphy in Lincoln. That moment when he walked in the door and we saw each other in the United States.
And then you hug each other.
And we, for the first time, I think that was okay. Anyway, that was a good moment for me. And actually meeting the scholars that I've quoted in my that was a really strange experience. So you not only see them on the page, but on the books, and then the real person is there. That was really something. And seeing, of course, the sites. I think, Iris, I think there was a question about the differences between American and Taiwanese universities. I think there was this question.
It's from Zhen Yuwei.
Yuwei, that's a very good question, and I'd like to talk a little bit about that. We were in the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, which is typical, I think, American university.
Yes.
How would you say it's similar or different from Taiwanese universities?
I think it's the overall vibe.
The vibe.
Yeah, it was quite similar to Furin Catholic University.
The overall vibe.
Yeah, it's really relaxing.
Would you say that Furin University is very relaxing?
Yeah, the vibe is really relaxing.
So not at Shida.
Shida is more strict.
More strict.
Yeah.
I see.
I think it has something to do with the architectural style, because our school, the architectural style was rather, I don't know how to describe it as nice style, but it really gave you a feeling that you got restricted.
I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. For me, the experience of being at University of Nebraska was that they have some very nice dormitories.
Yeah, really nice. The
really
dormitory
nice.
We stayed in was spacious.
It was wonderful. We should show photos sometime. But the image you see, when you think about a Taiwanese dormitory, is you have to cramp into a room, and it's a little bit like barracks in the army. But when we were there in Nebraska, and I saw the single rooms we had.
No, actually, the dorm we stayed in was for guests.
For faculty?
For faculty.
But I understand that it's for graduate students too.
Ooh.
So graduate students don't stay as well in Taiwan, So I think they have some very nice living space. A lot of carpet too. I think the buildings are heavily carpeted, very quiet. This is my experience. A lot of silence. And I think that the resources that they have, even for a place like Nebraska, they have really good resources.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, we should maybe take one more question. Is that okay?
Okay, there's another question from Yuwen.
Yuwen. Hello, Yuwen. Thank you for watching.
She asks, do you realize yourself more in your trip? And do you change your impression of Taiwan after your trip?
So,
after visiting Nebraska, I can say that I really belong to the city. I don't really enjoy living in suburban places. I rely on convenience, so that really makes me understand myself better. In the ways I live.
Yeah, for me, because we went to Nebraska in June.
Yes.
And a few months later, I went to Germany for my studies there. This was in October, so a few months. A lot had happened, but I think the trip to Nebraska prepared me in some ways for being in a foreign place. When you are and I went alone to Germany, so I was a little less nervous because there was this really long trip to the United States. So the travel part for me, I think you become a little bit more understanding of how to get things done when you are traveling. And you know what kind of city life that you want, what sort of living conditions you want.
Yes.
So for me, I think I could live in a small town. As long as I have internet, I could live in a small town, but not you.
Yeah, not me.
I think I understand. Yeah. As for thinking about Taiwan compared to the United States, I think it's fair to say that Taiwan is a really nice place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go to any places you want, anytime, at any time.
Yeah, Taiwan is very safe. It's very convenient. It's very friendly, I think. Yeah.
I remember before our trip to Nebraska, my professor at my institution now warned me not to go out at night in Nebraska because everybody had a gun.
Yes, everybody. Yes, America. Nebraska is a place where I'm pretty sure they have a lot of guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the social order in Taiwan is really a lot better.
Yes, we don't have that many guns. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. We think we have time for a couple more questions. Do we have one?
Yeah.
Okay.
叶佳佳
Jia, hello,
Jia.
Jia.
Hello.
He asks you, do you like the local custom there, and can you adapt to their customs?
Adapt to their customs. I think it's not that easy to answer, right?
Yeah, I don't think we experience
Not really, no.
local custom that
But,
much there.
Yeah, I think we were there because it was an academic trip. And we were there interacting with the academic institutions. But I will say this, I think it's not a place that feels very foreign.
Yeah, the people there, especially in Red Cloud, were rather friendly.
Yes, they are friendly.
I think that's because they rarely see foreign faces.
Yeah, they
So they
Asian
approach
faces.
you actively to ask you why you are here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the customs they are traditional, conventional American. And being English majors, I think we are quite used to American customs, so we didn't
Yes.
feel that much of a
Yes.
culture shock. So
Mhm.
not that much. Did you like the food?
Yeah, the food was great.
Yeah, the food was good. Yeah, they eat very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we also need to pay registration fees.
Fees, yeah. So they eat very well. There's a buffet, I think.
Buffet, Mexican food.
Yeah, all kinds of things
Yeah.
to eat. Yeah.
And alcohol.
And a lot of alcohol. That's true. Okay. Any others?
Hui Xuan
Hui Xuan.
asks, do you approve of traveling alone in foreign university? Do you approve of traveling alone in the university?
In the
That's
university.
her question.
So I guess the question is, yeah,